Hello, boys and girls. This is your Peter Pan storyteller, and we are going to tell you the story of Alice in Wonderland. When you hear this sound, turn the page. Now let's read the story together. Here we go.
This is a curious story about a little girl named Alice and her very curious dream, which I promise you gets curiouser and curiouser. It all began one hot and sleepy day.
Sunny, warm and sunny, feeling very funny, warm and sleepy are her eyes. Sleepy eyes are closing, pretty girl is dozing, warm and wonderful surprise is waiting in between the time you sleep and the time you wake up. Little girl, so many dreams that your mind can make up. Come, let's go together, far beyond forever, to a place you've never seen, in a funny Alice dream, in Wonderland.
Oh my, there goes a white rabbit. I've never seen a white rabbit wearing a blue necktie and a brown jacket before.
Oh, my ears and whiskers. Oh, my ears and whiskers. It's getting late.
And I've certainly never seen a talking white rabbit who had a watch or a pocket to take it out of. Where hurry? He seems to have popped down that rabbit hole, and I will just have to follow.
Now, I told you that this would be a curious story, and so you will just have to believe me when I tell you that Alice did not give one thought to what might happen if she followed the white rabbit. And so she found herself falling very slowly down, down, down.
Down, down, down I'm going. Where I'll land, no knowing, must be someplace far away. I may land in China, maybe Asia Minor. If I do, what will I say? How do you say hello in Chinese? I wonder if all the people will be walking around upside down. What a funny feeling, this head over heeling to a place I've never seen. Could this only be a dream? In Wonderland. Well, I've landed someplace. Where is that white rabbit? Oh, I'd better hurry if I want to follow him. Wait for me! Wait for me!
Oh, my ears and whiskers. This has been a day. I had better hurry up. What will the queen say? Off with his head, off with his head. She has this nasty habit. Off with his head, off with his head. There'll be no more white rabbit. Oh, my ears and whiskers. I had better trot, or I'll be executed by the queen right on the spot.
And before Alice could catch up with him, the White Rabbit turned the corner and simply disappeared.
Where is he gone? My, what a strange room. All these doors. I wonder where they lead.
Alice walked down one side of the room and up the other, trying the doors as she went. But they were all locked. She had just about given up hope of ever seeing the White Rabbit or anybody again, when...
Now that little table wasn't here before, and there's a tiny key on it. It's much too small for this door, and this one, and this one, and this one. But it looks like it might just fit this tiny door. It fits! Oh, what a beautiful garden is inside. How I'd love to take a walk and smell the flowers. But the door is so small my head won't even fit through it. To say nothing of my shoulders. What to do? What to do?
Alice took another look around the room. By this time, she was not at all surprised to see that a small bottle with the words "Drink Me" on the label had appeared on the little table.
You don't suppose it could be something awful like poison, do you? It isn't marked poison. In fact, it smells sort of strawberry-ish.
And so, Alice drank the liquid in the...
Feeling I'm getting smaller and smaller and smaller. What a curious thing to drink something, and when you are done drinking, what a curious thing to suddenly find that you are shrinking. In this curious world of the curious things that I can now recall, this curious matter of shrinking, the most curious thing of all.
How do you think you would feel if you found that you were only 10 inches high?
Oh, I hope I don't shrink any more, for if I get any smaller, I'll go out altogether, just like a candle. At least I'm just the right size to go through the little door into that beautiful garden. But where is the key? Oh, I've left it on top of the table, and I'm so small now I can't reach it.
Poor Alice. She was the right size and the wrong size, all at the same time.
What to do? What to do?
As she sat down in the middle of the room, Alice found a little box under the table. Inside the box was a small cake on which the words "Eat Me" were spelled out.
If I do eat this cake and it makes me grow larger, I'll be able to reach the key on the table. And if it makes me grow smaller, I can creep under the door. So either way, I'll get into the garden. Well, here goes.
Alice, as you can see, had gotten perfectly used to curious things happening. She took a nibble, then another, until...
Oh, there go my feet. I'm growing so tall. Goodbye, feet. Who will tie your shoes for you in the morning? Don't get lonesome. I'll send you a present for Christmas. What a curious thing to eat something and then without your knowing what curious thing will happen next. You find that you are growing. In this curious world of the curious things that I can now recall, this curious matter of growing, the most curious thing of all.
How do you think you would feel if you found that you were 9 feet tall? Alice had been sitting and crying when she was startled by the sight of the White Rabbit, splendidly dressed and carrying a pair of white gloves and a fan. As usual, he was in a great hurry.
Oh, my ears and whiskers, this has been a day. I had better hurry up. What will the Queen say?
Alice was feeling so sad that she was ready to ask anyone for help.
Excuse me, sir.
The White Rabbit jumped at the sound of Alice's voice, took one look at her, and scurried off.
I frightened him so that he dropped his gloves and fan. At least I can fan myself to keep cool.
Alice was busily fanning herself when she noticed that the fan was causing her to shrink. In fact, she had to drop it suddenly to stop herself from disappearing altogether.
Oh, this is terrible. I've never been this small before. Where has that White Rabbit gone? I must find someone to help me.
And so Alice wandered off in the direction the White Rabbit had gone. She soon found herself in a lovely forest, standing in front of a giant mushroom. When you're only 3 inches tall, even a mushroom can seem big. Seated on top of the mushroom was a large blue caterpillar.
Excuse me, Mr. Caterpillar. I have a big problem. What a curious thing to suddenly find by eating or by drinking. I will never know which way I'll go. Will I be growing or shrinking? It's a wearisome thing, these ups and downs that have happened to me. I'd like to be able to make the choice of the size that I'm going to be.
Make a choice. Young lady, did you ever think of what a problem making a choice can be? If you were me and you had 40 or 50 legs, and you had to decide which one to move first when you got out of bed in the morning, you might never get anywhere. Now, your problem is a very simple one and can be solved very easily. One side of this mushroom will make you grow taller, and the other side will make you grow smaller. Goodbye.
Alice reached out her arms and broke off a piece of the mushroom in each hand.
What a curious thing, here I go again. But in which direction? A nibble here, a nibble there. What is the right selection? In this curious world of the curious things that I can now recall, this matter of growing and shrinking, the most curious thing of all.
As soon as Alice had nibbled herself into a bigger size, she felt much happier and decided to take a look around.
It looks like this table is set for a tea party, and I would love to have some tea.
Now turn the record over, and we will continue on the other side. Let's read together again.
No room, no room.
Why, there's plenty of room. This is a very large table, and I shall sit down at this corner.
Have some wine?
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
Then it wasn't very nice of you to offer
And
it.
it wasn't very nice of you to sit down without being asked. We're having a mad tea party, and you were not invited. But since you come here anyway, we'll say that we're delighted. But if you want a cup of tea or a piece of bread with honey,
You're welcome to enjoy our slice. But you see, we haven't any.
Then why do you call it a tea party?
Well, we're all quite mad. In fact, I shall now sing a song that I sang at a concert given by the Queen of Hearts. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky.
That's not the twinkle twinkle I know.
I know. And no sooner had I finished when the Queen called out, "Off with his head!"
But I don't think...
If you don't think, you shouldn't talk.
You are the rudest people I have ever met. I'm leaving.
we're having a mad tea party. Too bad you cannot stay. We may be here tomorrow, but we're gone yesterday. And if you want a cup of tea or a piece of bread with honey,
You're welcome to enjoy a slice. But Can't you see we haven't any?
I'll never go there again. That was the silliest tea party I ever was at in all my life. My, what a curious sight. There's a door in that tree trunk. I will just have to open it and find out where it leads. But first, I'd better get to the right size.
Alice removed a piece of mushroom from her pocket and nibbled herself into just the right size. Then she opened the door and found herself in the loveliest garden she had ever seen. A large rose bush stood near her. All the roses on it were white, but there were 3 gardeners who looked very much like playing cards, busily painting them red. Alice thought this was a most curious thing. As she got closer, she heard them say,
Hurry up before the Queen arrives, or all of us are sure to lose our lives. The Queen won't like it when she finds out what we've done. We planted her white rose bush when there should be a red one. Let's hurry up and paint them red before the Queen arrives. Maybe we can fool her with the roses in disguise.
You splashed some paint on me, Five.
I couldn't help it. 7 pushed my arm.
That's right, Five. Always try to blame someone else. The Queen! The Queen!
Alice looked around and saw what looked like a parade of playing cards marching toward her. First came 10 soldiers, all carrying clubs. Next, 10 members of the court, covered all over in diamonds. After these came the royal children dressed in hearts. Next came the guests, mostly kings and queens, though Alice did notice that the white rabbit was among them. Then followed the Jack of Hearts, and last of all, the King and Queen of Hearts. The parade walked right by Alice. When the Queen saw her, she stopped.
What is your name, child?
My name is Alice, Your Majesty. There's no need to be afraid. They're only a pack of cards.
Who are these?
The Queen was pointing her finger at the 3 gardeners. They were flat on their faces near the rose bush, and since all the cards had the same pattern on the back, the Queen couldn't tell who was who unless she turned them over.
How should I know? It's no business of mine.
Off with her head! Off with her head!
My dear, she's only a child. The Queen turned away from Alice and screamed at the 3 gardeners.
Get up! What have you been doing here?
Your Majesty, you see, we were planning a surprise. We hoped to have it finished before you had arrived. Somehow it seems a wrong thing has been done. We planted a white rose bush when there should be a red one. So we are painting all these white ones red.
I've never heard such nonsense! Off with their heads!
Alice looked around to see if anyone paid any attention to the Queen's order, but nobody did. The next thing she heard was the Queen shouting at her.
Can you play croquet?
Yes?
Come on, then. Everybody to your places.
The Queen has commanded we play croquet. When the Queen has commanded, you better play.
Yes, I'd love to play a game, but she could say please all the same.
The Queen has commanded for your mallet a live flamingo straight from the palace.
But a live flamingo wiggles so. How can I hold it straight to strike a blow?
The Queen has commanded the ball to use a row of porcupines. Pick any one you choose.
Oh, my ball is walking away. Come back here, ball, so I can play.
The Queen has commanded. You heard what she said. The Queen has commanded. For off with your head.
This is the silliest game I ever played. Who ever heard of using a porcupine for a ball and a flamingo for a mallet?
Indeed, it was a curious game. All the players played at once. Everyone quarreled and shouted at everyone, and above the loud voices, the Queen could be heard shouting,
Off with her head! Off with his head!
By the end of half an hour or so, everybody except the Queen, the King, and Alice was under sentence of execution. The Queen, quite out of breath from all the shouting, suddenly turned to Alice and asked,
Have you seen the mock turtle yet?
No, I don't even know what a mock turtle is.
It's the thing mock turtle soup is made of. Come on, he shall tell you his history.
They had not gone far when they saw the mock turtle sitting on a rock.
Would you like to know my story?
Oh, I would.
When I was a little turtle, we went to school in the sea. The master was an old turtle. We called him Tortoise, you see.
Why did you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?
We called him Tortoise because he taught us. You really are very dull. He taught us reeling and writhing and lots of mystery.
Excuse me, sir, but don't you mean reading, writing, and history?
Are you going to interrupt again? What good would reading, writing, and history do a turtle? Really, I would like to go on with my story. The first day school was 10 hours, then each following day we went to school 1 hour less till we earned a holiday.
How curious. 10 hours the first day, 9 the second, until on the 11th day you had no school at all.
My dear child, I don't see why you find that at all surprising. The reason they are called lessons is because they lessen from day to day. I can see now that you foolish questions. It's about time for the trial.
Trial? What trial?
Alice had to run. When she arrived, the King of Cards was seated around them. In the center stood the Jack of Hearts in chains. Near him on a small table was a large dish of tarts. Just looking at them made Alice hungry.
I wish they'd get this trial over with and serve the refreshments.
Will the White Rabbit read the charges against the defendant?
The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts all on a summer day. The Jack of Hearts, he stole those tarts and took them quite away.
Call the first witness.
The first witness is Alice.
Alice jumped up, quite surprised at being called. To make matters even more confusing, it seems that for some time now, Alice had been growing, and she was now back to her normal size.
Rule number 42. All persons over a mile tall must leave the courtroom.
I'm not a mile tall and I won't go. That's not a regular rule. You just made it up.
It's the oldest rule in the book.
Then it ought to be number 1.
The trial, the trial. On with the trial.
All right, young lady. What do you know about this matter?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
That settles it. Let the jury reach a verdict.
Let's sentence him first and then have the verdict.
You can't do that. You can't sentence a man before the jury says whether or not he's guilty.
Hold your tongue. Off with her head.
I won't. Besides, you're nothing but a pack of cards. Who cares for you?
At this, the whole pack of cards rose up and flew at Alice. She waved her arms wildly to beat them off. When, the next thing she knew, she was lying on the grass with some leaves fluttering down upon her face.
Oh, I've had such a curious dream. Sunny, warm and sunny, feeling very funny to be opening my eyes. dream, but oh, how real it seemed. What a wonderful surprise was waiting in between the time you sleep and the time you wake up. Oh, how many, many dreams that your mind can make up. Do you think I'll ever go back beyond forever to the place that's in my dreams, where things are never what they seem? In Wonderland. Down, down, down I'm going, where I'll land no knowing, must be someplace far away. I may land in China, maybe Asia Minor. If I do, what will I say? How do you say hello in Chinese? I wonder if all the people will be walking around upside down. What a funny feeling